Students, I am N. Amina Bibi, Assistant Professor in ECE Department, Government College of Technology, Coimbatore. In this semester, I am going to handle the course Digital Signal Processing. First, we will discuss about the course objective of this course. What are all the things you will study in this course? The first is to study the DFT and digital filters. Next is to discuss the finite word length effects and multi-rate signal processing. Then in the last chapter, we will study about the fundamentals of digital signal processor. In the first unit, we are going to discuss about the discrete Fourier transform and its properties. Fast Fourier transform algorithms. In fast Fourier transform algorithms, we are going to discuss about DIT FFT and DIF FFT. DIT FFT is nothing but decimation in time and DIF is nothing but decimation in frequency. The next topic we are going to discuss about is circular convolution. In this circular convolution, we are going to discuss about overlap add method and overlap save method. Before going into the topic discrete Fourier transform, first we will discuss about the importance of frequency domain analysis. The frequency domain analysis is of an utmost importance in signal processing application. Next point is the time domain analysis shows how a signal changes over time, and whereas the frequency domain analysis shows how a signal energy is distributed over a range of frequencies. And also another important significance of this frequency domain concept is many complex operations such as convolution can be easily performed in frequency domain. In signals and system, we have discussed about various transform and its significance. In digital signal processing, we are going to discuss about discrete Fourier transform. In digital signal processing, we are going to deal with the discrete time signals. Hence, in order to analyze these discrete time signals in frequency domain, we are going to study about discrete Fourier transform. Considered a signal x of n, that is a discrete time signal, is denoted by x of n, and it is of finite length, and this signal has a finite length L, and it has a Fourier transform of x of omega is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to L minus 1 x of n e power minus j omega n, where this omega lies between 0 to 2 pi. When x of omega, this x of omega is sampled at equally spaced frequencies, this omega can be written as omega k equal to 2 pi k by n, where this k equal to 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1, where here this n is greater than or equal to L. Then the resultant samples are x of k equal to, that is which can be equal to x of 2 pi k by n, which is equal to, that is we are going to substitute instead of omega 2 pi k by n in this formula, and we are going to rewrite this as summation n is equal to 0 to L minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k by n into n. That is, we are going to sample the frequency domain by substituting omega equal to 2 pi k by n. So we obtain this equation x of k equal to x of 2 pi k by n, which is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to L minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k by n. And this equation can be rewritten as summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k by n, where this k rises from 1 0 up to n minus 1. This condition arises when L is less than or equal to n. This is the formula for transforming the sequence x of n of length L, where L is less than or equal to n, into a sequence of frequency samples x of k of length n. Since the frequency samples are obtained by evaluating the Fourier transform x of omega at a set of equally spaced intervals capital N, this discrete frequency, this relation is called discrete Fourier transform of x of n. To recover the sequence x of n from a frequency sample, we are having a formula x of n is equal to 1 by n summation k equal to 0 to n minus n x of k e power j 2 pi kn by n, where this small n ranges from 0, 1 up to n minus 1, and this formula is called inverse DFT. So, student, just you remember these two formulas, x of k and x of n. If x of n is given, if you need to obtain x of k, its frequency analysis, we have to use this formula. If you are having a spectrum x of k, if we want to reconstruct the signal x of n, we are going to have this formula. So these x of n and x of k are transform pair. Now we will see how we can able to find the DFT for an input sequence x of n. Consider the problem statement now. Determine the DFT of a sequence x of n, where x of n is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and obtain its magnitude and phase spectra. The first thing, if we want to find out the DFT of a particular sequence, we need to know the formula x of k. So already we know that x of k equal to summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k by n. Here the first step is, the given is what? X of n, where x of n is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. And here the length of the sequence n is equal to 6. Therefore, small n and k varies from 0, 1 up to n minus 1, where this n and k take the value of 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, the first thing is, what we need to do is, we need to find out the first sequence, that is in the frequency spectrum, that is x of 0. So why we are finding x of 0 is, in the formula, the x of k equal to summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi k n by n. So in this, if we want to find out this x of k, this k varies from discrete signal. So first we have to substitute the first value 0, and we need to find x of 0. Similarly, we need to find x of 1, x of 2, x of 3, x of 4 and x of 5. So these are all the things we need to find it. So first we will see how to find these sequence. First, we need to find x of 0. If we want to find x of 0, we have to substitute k equal to 0 in this formula. So what we will get is x of 0 is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Here the n minus 1 is 5. X of n e power minus j 2 pi n by, here you have to substitute the length of n, and the length of n is 6, okay, into k0. So this can be written as summation n is equal to 0 to 5 x of n and e power 0. So e power 0 is 1. So summation n is equal to 0 to 5 x of n. Now we need to expand this by substituting the n value. So what you will get is, first substitute n is equal to 0. You will get x of 0 plus x of 1 plus x of 2 plus x of 3 plus x of 4 plus x of 5. So we know that these sequence values from the given input. What is the input? X of n is equal to 1 1 2 2 3 3. Now substitute these values. So how you find x of 0? We have already discussed in signals and system. The first sequence is the value at the origin. If value at the origin, so substituting this value, x of 0 is 1, x of 1 is 1, plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3, which is nothing but 12. So normally in DFT, the first sequence will be the summation of all the input sequence. So here we are getting 12. Next one is we need to find x of 1. Similarly, we need to proceed with the same procedure. So in order to find x of 1, what we need to do is we need to substitute k equal to 1. So substituting k equal to 1 in this equation, so what you will get is summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 is nothing but 5 x of n e power minus j 2 pi n by 6 into 1. Here instead of 0 I am substituting 1. So this can be written as summation n is equal to 0 to 5 x of n e power minus j, cancelling this 2 and 6, I can write this as pi n by 3. Okay, now we need to expand this sequence. Next, we need to expand by substituting the value of n. So when n is equal, by substituting the value of n. So when n is equal to 0, x of 0 e power 0. When n is equal to 1, this can be written as x of 1 e power minus j pi by 3 into n into 1 plus x of 2 e power minus j pi by 3 into 2. Similarly, by substituting the values up to n is equal to that is n is equal to 5, we can obtain this equation. So next step is we need to find out the values of e power minus j pi by 3. So using this concept, e power j theta is equal to cos theta plus j sin theta. Expanding this above equation, we get this following equation. By substituting e power j theta as cos theta plus j sin theta, this can be written as e power minus j pi by 3 cos pi by 3 minus j sin pi by 3. Similarly, applying for all the other terms, I am getting the above equation like this: x of 2 cos 2 pi by 3 minus j sin pi by 3. Similarly, we have to apply for all the terms, and finally we have to get we will get equation like this. Now substituting the values of all the input sequence as well as these cos and sin equivalent, we have obtained the equation as, now substituting all the values, x of 0 is 1, x of 1 is 1, x of 2 is 2, x of 3 is 2, x of 4 is 3, and x of 5 is 3, and finding the value cos pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is 0.5 and sin pi by 3 is 0.86. Similarly, finding for all these terms and simplifying in terms of cos and real and imaginary part, we will obtain the value x of n is equal to minus 1.5 j 2.98. So now we have find out x of n. Similarly, we need to repeat the same procedure in order to find the x of 2. Similarly, the substituting the values for x is equal to 2 and repeating the same procedure, x of 0 e power 0, like that we will get it. So after substituting the value of e power 0 as cos theta plus j sin theta, here we are having minus, so cos theta minus j sin theta, and substituting the equivalent value of cos 2 pi 3, 4 pi by 3, 6 pi by 3 and 10 pi by 3, we will obtain the result. So 1 plus 0.5 minus j 0.86 plus 2 into minus 0.5 plus j86 plus 2 into 1 plus 3 into minus point minus j.86 plus 3 into minus 0.5 plus j.86. Simplifying this results, x of 2 will be obtained as minus 1.5 plus j.866. Thus, by repeating the same procedure, we have find out this value x of 4, x of 5. So finally we have to write down as x of k equal to 12. They obtain values x of 0 value, x of 1 value, x of 2 values, x of 3, x of 4 and x of 5. So this is the obtained x of k. Now from the obtained x of k, we need to find out the amplitude spectrum and phase spectrum. As we know that if we are having a complex number, the amplitude spectrum can be found out at square root of a square plus b square. Similarly, the x of k is the sequence. Its amplitude is represented by its magnitude spectra mod x of k, which is nothing but 12. You are having only real part, the square root of 12 the whole square. Similarly, here a is minus 1.5 and b is 2.598. The square root of a square plus b square. So repeating these for all the values and obtaining the simplifying and obtaining the results. So this is what your amplitude spectra. Similarly, we need to obtain this phase spectrum. If a complex number is a plus jb, the phase can be obtained as tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. So tan inverse of b by a. Just by for this x obtained spectrum x of k, this we have obtained the phase spectrum for each term. So tan inverse of there is no imaginary part in this case, so it is 0. So 0 by 12. Similarly, tan inverse of imaginary part is 2.598 divided by minus 1.5. Similarly, we have to repeat for all these x of k. Finally, the phase spectrum obtained is this one: 0, minus pi by 3, minus pi by 6, 0, pi by 6 and pi by 3. Thus, using this DFT formula, we can obtain the frequency spectrum of a discrete time signal. So this is the procedure we need to do for all the problems. Next students, these are the tutorial problems I have given, 4 problems, and you have to complete it and you have to submit it within 2 days. Now I will explain how to solve these problem. The first step, what you need to check is whether the given input sequence is in a mathematical expression or in a numerical form. So here consider the first problem, x of n is equal to 1 by 4. Here we are having in terms of numbers. So this input x of n, we can write it as 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, because here the length is from 0 less than n less than or equal to 2. So which means that the n varies from 0 to 2 and n takes the value of 0, 1 and 2. So x of n for this problem is 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So this is the value at the origin, 1 and 2. So using this input value, we need to proceed as same as we did in the previous problem. So this is what the first problem. Consider the second problem. Here also x of n is given. So here x of n is what? 1 by 5, but the n ranges from what? Minus 1 to plus 1. So the same value, 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 5. So the first value indicate the value at minus 1. Then this is the value at the origin. So 0, minus 1 and 1. So this is the sequence we need to do it. Here there is another thing we need to consider. Here in the formula, what is the formula? Summation x of k equal to summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi n k by n. So in the previous two problems, the first value is the value at the origin. Now in this case, the first value is the index at -1. So in this case, how we need to change this formula is summation n is equal to, we have to consider these range -1 to +1. So you can directly write as this as -1 to +1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi nk by n, and this is what your x of k. Normally what we will do, here the n ranges from 0 to n minus 1, where we will obtain that case is the first value is the value at the origin. Here we are obtaining from -1, so here the summation varies from -1 to n. Similarly for this problem, k varies from -1, 0 up to 1. So what we have to do is, in this formula, first we have to substitute the value of k equal to -1, and we need to find x of -1. Then we have to substitute k equal to 0, and we need to find x of 0, and we need to find need to substitute k equal to 1, and you need to find x of n. That's all. This is the thing we need to considered while solving these problems. Understood? This is the problem having the first value is the origin value, then n and k varies from 0 to n minus 1. In this case, suppose here you are having considered it is -4 to 2, in the, therefore here the n will changes from -4 to 2, like that it will vary. Okay, so now we will see how we can solve the third problem. Third problem is what given in terms of mathematical expression. We may not able to substitute the mathematical expression in the equation. So for that, here what we need to do is first substitute the value of n is different values of n. So we have obtained x. In this problem they have given cos n pi by 4, and it is a 4-point DFT. So first substitute n is equal to 0. When you substitute n is equal to 0, what you will get for this problem? When you substitute n is equal to 0, you will get 1. When you substitute n is equal to When you substitute x is equal to 0, in this case cos 0 is 1. When you substitute x is equal to 1, you will get cos pi by 4, which is nothing but 0.707. When you substitute n is equal to 2, it is cos 2 pi by 4, which is also 0. And when you substitute n is equal to 3, you will get cos 3 pi by 4, which is nothing but minus 0.707. Now using this value, we need to proceed for the proceed to find out the x of k. So here this x of n, finally we can have 1, 0.707, 0 and minus 0.707. Using this value, we need to find out x of k. Whether you understand the difference between this problem and this problem. So here they have given directly the values. Here they have given a mathematical expression for finite sequence. So you need to solve these steps and then we have to proceed. So in the fourth problem, they have given x of n is equal to a power n. In this problem, they have not given the value for n. So we have to consider this an n-point DFT. Okay. So using this formula, x of k summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi nk by n, and we know that nk varies from 0 1 up to n minus 1. So summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1. For this x of n, now what we need to do is we need to substitute a of n e power minus j 2 pi nk by n, and by grouping this 0 to n minus 1 a e power minus j 2 pi k by n the whole power n. Okay, now applying this formula, summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 a power n 1 minus a power n by a, we can obtain this as 1 minus a e power minus j 2 pi k by n into n, divided by 1 minus e power a e power minus j 2 pi k by n. So here a is nothing but a into e power minus j 2 pi k by n. So by simplifying this we can get x of k. So if we know the finite value of n, we can simplify this and we can obtain discrete as we solved in the previous problem. Students, hope you understand the discrete Fourier transform and how to solve the problem. So try these 4 problems and you have to submit this on within 2 days.